You're watching the Beloved Plant channel, and I'm here to answer one of the questions that I get asked more often, which is how often should I water my Christmas cactus and how much water do I put in it? So this is a tricky question to answer. I have people watching from all over the world, different climates everywhere, and you could be in the same city, different climates inside your homes as well. So my number one suggestion for you is for you to observe the cactus itself. Observe the plant. Do you see how firm this plant is? It doesn't need any water. I haven't watered it in months, to be very honest. It doesn't need any water. Now, when I look at this one could use some water. Do you see the leaves? Well, these are different plants as well, so I can't compare like the size of the leaves. But you can see that they are you can bend it. There's not enough water inside this plant. The soil is very dry. This could use some water. I could still leave it without water for a while because I just know the plant and I know it will make it. But that's how I know when to water it or not. You just observe the firmness of the leaves. It's as simple as that. This plant right beside it is a bit more firm than the other one. This one could use some water as well. Oh, I think this is a cutting of this one. And you can see how you can bend it. You see? You won't break the leaf. Whereas if I try to do this here and I won't go all the way, it would most definitely bend. Interesting fact, there's been snow and frost in Ireland over the past few weeks, and there's no heating in this greenhouse. And believe it or not, so Christmas cactuses are deemed so dramatic, like they may need the care of a newborn sometimes, but they are fine with the frost. They were fine. Like, of course, there was no direct frost in them, but many of my plants suffered, and they're gone. So you can see all the death surrounding the Christmas cactuses. Some of the plants made it, some of the same didn't make it really. I have some more here that got burned. This was so beautiful, such a shame. Yeah, so there you go. They are pretty resistant to cold weather. Another question people have been asking me is what do you need to do for the plant to turn red like this? This has to do with exposure to direct sunlight. And sometimes, even in direct light, if it gets too much light, it could turn red like this. Now, if you want to make your plant look red on purpose, I just say to you, leave it. If you want to leave it in direct sunlight, don't do it for over 2 hours a day because these plants do burn. Look at this one. I just find them beautiful when they're red. This one has a very uniform tone of red at the tips, where this one is not as much. These two are the same plants. Yeah, but this is it. So now you know when to water your plants.